Cheers! Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. So today is my first video since I hit, drum roll please, 1,000 subscribers. Yay! Giving myself a round of applause. Thanks for hanging with me and thanks for being here. And I know I'm a little quirky, I'm a little weird. Everybody tells me that. You're not the first one. So this video is another angel wing pour. I really love how this turned out. It's much more subtle. And at the end, you'll see how I add some metal leafing to just bring an extra pizzazz to the end of the painting. So without any further ado, because there's been a lot of ado. Oh, speaking of ado, I got one more piece of more ado. What the heck? That doesn't even make sense. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. Anyway, it was one more piece of info. I did want to do something to celebrate my 1,000 subscribers. My goal was to go back and right to the beginning and look at some highlights from the 3.5 years I've been doing this. All the creativity and all the cringe. I just got bogged down with that. Actually, it's one of the reasons I didn't upload yet this week. Hope you stay tuned for that. And if you turn the notification bell on, after you're already subscribed, of course, then you can make sure you won't miss out on that. Anyway, cheers. And here we go. Gray as my base color, antique gold, and a green, a nice, really bright green, some silver, and some yellow, and some orange, and some deep orangey red. All right, so all the colors are mixed, 1/3 paint to 2/3 floetrol. I know I'm boring, that's just how I always do it, because I always buy floetrol and it makes it simple for me. All right, not rocket science right here, you just pour it on and then spread it out. Sometimes I just tilt it, but this paint was a little thicker, so I felt like I needed to move it out to the edges. You want it all the way to the edge, and you want it to flow over the edge, just a titch, so that the edges are nice and coated with the base color. And inevitably, you always don't have enough paint to fall over the edge naturally, so you always are adding more at the very end. And I actually had to mix some more gray because I felt like I didn't have enough. And guess what? It wasn't exactly the same gray. So as you can see, cool as it is, it's 2 shades of gray, which is actually cool. Not 50 shades, just 2. Just 2 shades of gray. And it's gonna make the background look really cool. Now, at the end of the day, I kind of wondered, maybe should I have just used a white background? Like a lot of paintings, pour paintings have a white base. But the gray is kind of cool. It did make the end result a little dark, like it doesn't pop. There's not as much contrast as what I'm used to. And that's probably just my preference because I like a lot of contrast. I like color. You know, you can kind of tell that. All right, so I am filling my, what's it called? Partition cup? Split cup. That's what it's called. So I just put the base color in the center cavity section. And the outer sections, I just put all of the colors in whatever order my little heart fancies in the moment. And I just kind of pour it in kind of in the same area, one after the other. There's no rhyme or reason really. I am doing both sides the same. So in the same order is what I'm saying. Because I want the 2 angel wings to kind of have a symmetry and looks very similar. It won't be identically the same, but they will look similar if you use the same colors on both sides. All right. Watching me pour paint is so exciting, so exciting. All right, so here I go. The trick of the pour is to raise, of course, one side of the canvas, just putting it under, I just put it on top of some cups. With the pour, you just want to kind of jiggle it. Jiggle, 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 jiggle. So it's kind of like a pulsing motion. You know what I mean? So now I'm tilting. The trick with tilting is, I don't know, I don't even know if I've mastered it, but you tilt one way and then you tilt back to the center. And then you tilt the other way, and then you tilt back to center. If you don't keep going back to center, the design can get wonky. So you're basically just stretching the image this way, and then this way, and then this way, and then this way, and then back, always back to center in between every stretch. And then you can decide how far you want to stretch. So now I'm thinking, okay, I need the wings to be a little bit wider, a little closer to the edge. By the way, I love, love, love using round canvases for these kinds of things. They're just so cool. Look at the way that orange just is bright orange. And then at certain other ways you look and it looks pink. It's so cool. All right. Oh, and there's another happy dance. I think I'm done. And there I am at my open studio in the 55 plus community where I live. I run an open studio night. And the painting is dry. So I am using Pebeo, P-E-B-E-O, I believe. It is actually designed for this process of putting on metal leaf, of whether it's silver or gold leaf, whatever. But I did look on Amazon because I wanted to give you a link where you could go buy it. But Amazon doesn't sell it. It sells other things by Pebeo, but not this particular product. So you might have to darken the doors of a Michael's or a Curry's or whatever art store you have locally in your neighborhood. just watched a lot of tutorials because I do that a lot. And I saw one where they were using spray paint with pores, and I fell in love with the effects they got. So look forward to trying that with you, probably in the next video or so, depending on when I get the retrospective done. We might we might be seeing that soon, because I just thought that was so cool, and it gave some really cool effects. So yeah, lots to look forward to. There seems to be no end to the creativity of pouring. Like, a lot of people criticize pouring as something that's not really art, because a lot of what happens is just from the process of the paints and the reaction chemically to things. It's more about chemistry than about artistry, is the argument. And yes, there is a definite process. It's more of a craft in that way. Like, there's distinct instructions that kind of help you get something that looks really good. But it's not simple. So if I make it look simple, or if other creatives make it look simple, trust me, it's not as simple as it looks to get a good result. But the truth of the matter is, once you get the process, you can always get pretty nice results. But you can't really predict them. So I like that, but I still think that's art. Just because you can't really control it or predict it, and it's about the chemistry, doesn't mean there isn't talent or artistry involved. You still have to choose the colors and all the stuff. Anyway, I'm getting a little on a soapbox, but I mean, I also do sort of gallery art as well, as you know, if you've looked on my other videos on my channel. I love combining abstract and realism. That's my kind of thing right now. So, but this is kind of cool too. I think this is my inner child. This is where I play with less agenda. So anyway, I'm babbling, but as you can see, as I've been babbling, I've been working on this, laying down this gold leaf. And I chose with this one to not do too much. I didn't do any areas where I spread the Pebeo mixed relief. I didn't spread it out in a thin layer and put gobs of gold leaf anywhere. I kept it just to those fine, thin lines. And that's the beauty of this product that I'm using, is you can get teeny little lines, almost like you drew them with a fountain pen, you know, of gold. And it's just so gorgeous. But first you just do that with the Pebeo mixed relief. I forget. Look at the description for the name. I don't remember anything. But you have to let it dry till it's kind of clear. So it takes about a half an hour or so. Once it's clear, you can set on the gold leaf or silver leaf or metal leaf of whatever kind you have. And then you just basically set it on. Whatever metal leaf you buy will have instructions on the package as to how to use it. So once I've got it set down, you don't have to wait. You can just take some kind of a brush with stiff bristles, like I've got right here, and you're just brushing off the excess. And then all of a sudden you'll see all these cool lines that you just drew on your painting. And they're just so mystical, wonderful, magical. That should be a thing. Mystical, wonderful, magical. Can you tell I love gold leaf? I love a lot of things. I am 60, but I'm 12 on the inside. So yeah, I know I keep saying I'm 60. I think it's just the number 60 has really made an impact on me. Like, it feels like a big number. Like, you can, if you're in your 50s, you can say you're middle-aged. Once you're 60, not so much. All right, so there's the final result. It's subtle, but it just has a little gold leaf sparkle that I think really helps set it off a little bit. So I hope you enjoyed our little foray into making a more subdued, subtle colored angel wing pour on a round canvas, because that was so cool. And today you got the advantage of seeing how I do the gold leafing, and I had a viewer ask for that. So I hope you're watching. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please come back again. Don't forget to like and subscribe and do all the stuff. But more than anything, I need watch hours So if you can play my playlists and watch some of my videos, I would be eternally grateful. Anyway, peace and love, guys. Love you all. Bye-bye.